If you're studying Year 12 Chemistry and you're struggling with the Module 5 calculation questions, then watch this video. I'm going to walk you through the different kinds of questions you can get, the signs to watch out for so you know what type of question it is, and then how to do each type of question. You can broadly categorize your Module 5 questions into equilibrium expression questions and questions where you need to set up an ICE table. Now, your equilibrium expression is concentration of products over concentration of reactants, and those concentrations have to be taken at the same time. So if the question tells you that, oh, these are all initial concentrations or these are all equilibrium concentrations, whatever it is, as long as they're all in the same sentence and they're from one point in time, then you can substitute all of those concentrations straight into the equilibrium expression. And your only job there is to figure out when you sub it in, is that going to be K, your equilibrium constant, or Q, your reaction quotient? So if the question tells you that all of the concentrations are at equilibrium, then the number you get when you sub all of them in is the equilibrium constant K. And if they just told you that, oh, these are just concentrations at any random time, or these are initial concentrations, it's not at equilibrium, you can still sub it in, but it's going to give you Q, the reaction quotient. For example, in question 94 of our question book, it says that the concentrations of O2 and O3 are initially 0.15 and 2.5. So those concentrations are taken at the same time when the system has just started. And there's no concentrations at any other time, so you can sub this straight into the equilibrium expression to get Q, so you know this is a Q comparing to K question. Question 95, all of these concentrations here are in one sentence, and it starts off with at equilibrium. So you know you can also sub these concentrations straight into the equilibrium expression to get the value of K. But if you see a question give you some initial values and some equilibrium values, those concentrations are taken at different times, so you can't sub the same numbers into the equilibrium expression. So if you see a question give you the word initial and equilibrium all in the same question, then you know you need to set up an ICE table. In this question, 0.2 moles of phosphorus pentachloride was heated in a 2-liter container, which is the initial amount that you put in that container. So that's the initial amount. And then they said at equilibrium, the mixture contains 0.16 moles of chlorine. So they've given you an initial amount and an equilibrium amount, not amounts at the same time. So you need to set up an ICE table before you can calculate the equilibrium constant in this case. Our Year 12 classes are past this content and are about to start Module 6 soon. So if you don't want to miss out on that, then call this number to try your first lesson.